Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Shin, I'm here to do a news video, so let's get right into it. We'll start with some NFL, so it's got all the shit we talked about. So, Keon Coleman, Bills receiver, the reason he was pretty much benched Sunday, he was inactive because he missed a team meeting Friday morning. Until then, the Bills planned to play him, but their plans changed when he missed the meeting. Probably stuck in traffic. Typical Keon Coleman, just can't find separation. And they got Gabe Davis back anyway, so they'll be fine. Giants rookie Jackson Dart's been urged to modify his running approach. He suffered a few concussions. I don't know if he's going to change his running approach, honestly, but maybe he might. We'll see. Jets corner Chris Boyd was in critical condition after he got shot in a New York City shooting. The Jets were aware of the situation. They had no further comment and really nothing to say, but he was in critical condition after being shot. That's all the news there. Let's scroll up through here. Titans head coach Mike McCoy, he said Calvin Ridley broke his fibula and is out for the season. So he broke his fibula and he's out for the season. He's fucked for the rest of the season. I mean, it's not like it's going to make a difference with the Titans anyways, but hopefully he gets better APP as soon as possible. Josh Jacobs' knee injury suffered. Wasn't believed to be a season-ending injury, but more tests will be done. Obviously today more testing was done, which we'll get into. It's going from all the news from Sunday to today. Let's run through here. Aaron Rodgers. The initial concerns that Aaron Rodgers has, in the words of one source, and quote, a slight break his left wrist. But the Steelers quarterback will undergo further testing Monday to determine the full extent of the injury and how long he'll be sidelined, per league sources. Oh man, getting closer and closer to Will Howard. Just play Will Howard and see what you got. Fuck Mason Rudolph. But it will be Mason Rudolph versus the Bears next week. Great. Nobody wants to watch that. Falcons receiver Drake London's knee injury is not thought to be overly serious, and he's scheduled to undergo an MRI on Monday. Determine the extent of the injury and how much time he'll miss, if any, per sources. So let's move to the Monday news. Bernie Kosar is scheduled to receive a liver transplant, which he did this morning. The former University of Miami and Cleveland Browns star quarterback shared the good news in a social media post. So, Giants first-round pick Abdul Carter was benched for the opening series of Sunday's 27-20 loss to the Green Bay Packers because of a midweek incident. He's been really fucking disappointing this year. I expected more, man, from Abdul Carter. He hasn't done shit this year, man. Expected more. So, there was a little incident in the Bengals-Steelers game where it looked like Jamar Chase spit at Jalen Ramsey. A decision from the NFL. Obviously, came later, a few hours ago. Yeah, they reviewed it, and obviously there was a suspension, which we'll get into. Jaguars have signed veteran safety Juan Thornhill to their practice squad. Josh Jacobs, he appeared to avoid a major knee injury, which we'll get more into, but from Schefter. ESPN sources, Falcons QB Michael Penix suffered a potential season-ending knee injury during Sunday's loss to the Panthers. He will be seeking a second opinion, but it's not encouraging. Remember, with Penix sideline, Kirk Cousins will now take over as a starter if it's a potential season-ending injury. And just remember, he's already suffered multiple knee injuries before. So, Lord, the lighting. Jets are making the expected QB change. They're switching to Tyrod Taylor from Justin Fields, per sources. Now Tyrod Taylor's healthy. Justin Fields is fully getting benched now. Eagles five-time All-Pro offensive tackle Lane Johnson suffered a Liz Frank injury. during Sunday night's win over the Lions, per sources. It is not expected to be a season-ending injury, but he could be headed to injured reserve. Falcons now say Michael Penix is, in quote, working through the medical process to determine the severity of the injury. He will be placed on the reserve injured list and miss a minimum of 4 games. He is not expected to play again this season. And remember, this is expected to be the 5th season-ending injury for Michael Penix in his 8 college and pro seasons. I mean, he suffered so many knee injuries, man. The Commanders, they released veteran kicker Matt Gay. This is the NFL, but Virginia Tech and James Franklin. James Franklin going over there to Virginia Tech. Jamar Chase, the NFL suspended Bengals receiver. Jamar Chase for spitting at Steelers defensive back Jalen Ramsey. He denied spitting at Ramsey, but the league determined the video evidence was sufficient enough to warrant a suspension. I don't know why he tried to say I didn't spit on him. It's pretty clear he tried to. Should have just walked away. But yeah, the NFL put their announcement out. His 1-game suspension will cost him his weekly paycheck at $448,000. Oh no, anyways. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur told reporters that Josh Jacobs potentially could be available to play Sunday versus the Vikings despite his knee contusion, but Green Bay has no plans to place its star running back on injured reserve. They should just save him for Thanksgiving and the stretch run. No need to rush him back for the Vikings. There's just no need. From JPA Football, despite their 8-2 record, people within the organization are beginning to grow frustrated with Jalen Hurts and the offensive struggles. It's kind of crazy how they're 8-2. I don't know if they're frustrated with Hurts or the play calling, but I feel like we hear this every week. Maybe it's just what the way the play calling is. I'm not going to just assume it's Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts has been mid. Anything else here? Oh, we already talked about Jalen Ramsey. Shadur Sanders, his home was broken into yesterday during his game against the Ravens. People are crazy, man. Apparently, Abdul Carter was actually benched during their first defensive possession yesterday due to falling asleep at the team facility and missing a walkthrough. This dude wanted to wear number 56. The Bears. The Commanders have signed kicker Jake Moody off the Bears as practice squad, so another new kicker for Washington. The Raiders dealing with some injuries to their interior offensive line will have Will Putnam at center and Jordan Meredith at guard. Don't know who the hell these are. Cowboys better dominate them. Cowboys activated Malik Hooker, safety off injured reserve ahead tonight's game. Oh no. Adrian Martinez cleared waivers and he's going to lay him back with San Francisco's practice squad. I believe that's all for the NFL. Little NFL news here. Juju Brandt's Dolphins corner, finding his foot in Miami, slated for season-ending foot surgery. Drake London, they suffered a PCL sprain, is out this week and potentially more. So Penix and now Drake London out for multiple weeks. Michael Penix might be out for the season, and Drake London for possibly multiple weeks. So let's move on to a little bit of MLB here. Just a few things. Josh Naylor's contract. He agreed to that 5-year deal yesterday, but wasn't official with the money. But it's a 5-year, $92.5 million deal for Josh Naylor and the Seattle Mariners. So he will receive a full no-trade clause. So good deal right there for Josh Naylor. And it's not really an overpay. I think it's pretty good value. We'll see how it plays out this year, though. $18 million a year is pretty reasonable, so I think it's worth it. Padres, they agreed to terms with free agent left-handed pitcher Kyle Hart. The Yankees and free agent left-handed pitcher Ryan Yarbrough are closing in on an agreement on a 1-year contract. Is this the starter Brian Cashman's going to have? Oh, man. Buster Olney said Ryan Yarbrough's deal with the Yankees is worth $2.5 million, so probably won't be the only thing they do this offseason. It makes a $2 million deal, but that money don't mean shit to the Yankees, so. Let's move on here to wrestling. Really just mainly to go over the Monday Night Raw card for tonight, mostly. So the advertised for Raw at MSG tonight. IC champion John Cena's final Raw. He'll have a match. We don't know versus who. Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree for the IC title. Gunther versus Javon Evans in the Last Time Is Now tournament. That's going to be a banger. Solo Sikoa versus the mystery opponent. There's been a lot of guesses now. Dolph Ziggler, Jeff Hardy. We'll see. But that's the Last Time Is Now tournament match, and Nikki Bella speaks after turning on Stephanie Vakir. That's going to be a great card tonight for Raw at Madison Square Garden. So, WWE are advertising Randy Orton for the December 5 episode of SmackDown, suggesting he will return to TV in the near future. He's being advertised for the December 12, December 19, January 2 tapings of SmackDown. He's been off TV since an attack from the division on October 3rd. I mean, he didn't have to say the 45-year-old. And I'm sure he'll be back soon. Don't know when. What? I shouldn't say I don't know when. I literally just told you. They've definitely been missing him on SmackDown. But yeah, it's really all the wrestling news. Not too much news here, just a little bit. Let's get a Nascar. I haven't covered any in a few days, so I'm sure there'll be some shit to talk about here. It's from Bob Parker. Scroll through here. So, colleague says one of his trucks, the number 25, will change drivers each race, with driver to be announced the Monday of each race week. No set number of drivers. There had been some chatter about Tony Stewart. He told me yesterday he didn't want to comment on anything NASCAR related. And what a break this could be for that Tony Stewart guy. A couple of O'Reilly series, formerly the Xfinity Alliances. Jeremy Clements Racing with Haas and Viking Motorsports with RCR. So a few alliances there. Carson Brown joined RCR's driver development program. Justin Allgaier is going to attempt the Daytona 500 once again for Junior Motorsports in 2026. So they put up the video. And NASCAR is allowing Cup organizations to have one of its backup cars to have an engine installed in it, one per organization. Previously, they were not installed as a cost-saving measure. Scratch my head when I see these type of reports, man. More. It's all from Bob. Dawson Sutton is back in the 26 for the entire 2026 truck season, so it will be full time. Team Trackhouse's Project 91 bench are still alive and will likely return in 2026. Brad Keselowski is interested in returning RFK Racing to IMSA. That could be something. But yeah, that's really all I say here for this news video, so leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.